Hey everyone, and welcome back. Ready for another deep dive?
Definitely. Always excited to dig into these stories.
Awesome. Well, today we're looking at Thai real estate,
Hmm.
specifically Raimon Land. They've been facing some tough times, but they're cooking up a pretty ambitious plan to bounce back.
Oh, yeah, I've heard about this. They've been in the news a lot lately.
For sure, and that's why we're here. We're using a recent article from Ocean Worldwide Phuket Real Estate's blog as our main source.
Interesting. They always have some good insights.
Absolutely. So the gist is this. Raimon Land has been in the red for a while, posting some hefty losses.
Yeah, the financials haven't been looking great, have they?
Nope, not at all. But get this, they're aiming to be back in the black, profitable, by 2025.
Wow, that's a pretty tight turnaround. Ambitious, for sure. Makes you wonder how they plan to pull it off.
Right, well that's what we're going to try to figure out. So from what I've gathered, their strategy seems to have two main parts.
Okay, I'm all ears.
First, they're selling off a pretty big asset. And second, they're making a play for the ultra-luxury real estate market.
Interesting. So, a bit of a short-term move and a long-term strategy running in parallel.
You got it. Let's start with the asset sale. What are they getting rid of?
This is the big one. It's their One City Center office tower. They call it OCC for short.
OCC, got it. And is this just any old office building? No. This is prime real estate, prime location.
Yeah.
We're talking Phonchit Road in Bangkok.
Ooh, Phonchit Road. Yeah, I know that area. Super high-end, lots of businesses and embassies.
Exactly. It's one of the most sought-after spots in the city.
Okay, so prime location, check. What else is special about this OCC building?
Well, first off, it's huge. It's got about 61,000 square meters of leasable space, and it's almost fully occupied.
Really? How occupied are we talking?
It's currently at 70%, but they're expecting to hit 80% occupancy pretty soon.
Hold on, so they're selling a nearly full office tower in a prime location. That seems kind of strange, especially if they're trying to improve their finances. Right. You'd think they'd want to hold on to such a valuable asset, but that's where the strategy gets interesting.
Okay, I'm intrigued. Tell me more.
They're not just selling it outright. They're planning to sell it through a real estate investment trust, or REIT for short.
Okay, a REIT. For those of us who aren't real estate experts, what does that actually mean?
Basically, a REIT lets them sell shares of the tower to investors. This way, they generate a big chunk of revenue pretty much right away.
Ah, I see. So it's like they're getting a quick cash injection by selling off pieces of the tower.
Exactly. But here's the key. It also lets them potentially keep some control over the property. And they can still benefit if the tower's value goes up in the future.
Smart. So they get quick cash, but don't completely lose out on the potential for future gains.
Yep, it's a clever way to play it.
But even with that cash from the OCC sale, how do they actually reach their goal of profitability by 2025? The article says they're building these new residential projects, but those won't be finished until 2027.
You're exactly right. And that's where those ultra-luxury residential projects come in. Think top-of-the-line everything.
Okay, so paint me a picture. What kind of luxury are we talking about here?
Imagine low-rise estates, not huge towers, but sprawling properties with all the bells and whistles. And then picture those stunning riverfront homes.
Ooh, riverfront property. Now we're talking.
Right. We're talking about properties designed to attract a very specific type of buyer, the ultra-high net worth individuals.
Ultra high net worth, that's quite a mouthful. What does that even mean? Who are these people?
We're talking about people with a ton of money. Think tens of millions of dollars, sometimes even more. They want luxury, sure, but they also want exclusivity, privacy, that whole lifestyle package.
So basically, it's not just about the house itself. It's about everything that comes with it.
Exactly. We're talking concierge services, top-notch security, all those little details that cater to every whim.
Okay, color me impressed.
Ah.
So what are the names of these super luxurious projects?
The article specifically mentions two, the 528 estate and riverfront super luxury houses. And get this, the starting price for a property in one of these developments is a cool 880 million baht.
880 million baht. Wow, that's a whole lot of baht.
It is. They're definitely going for a very specific, very wealthy clientele.
Absolutely. But I still don't see how this all ties back to their goal of profitability by 2025. Construction won't even be done until 2027.
You've hit on a key point. That's where the two parts of their strategy really work together. The sale of the One City Center office tower through that REIT we talked about will generate revenue in the short term. It addresses their immediate financial needs.
Makes sense. So it's like they're taking care of the urgent stuff first.
Right. And then the luxury residential projects are a longer-term play. They'll start bringing in serious revenue once those high-end homes are built and people start buying them.
So it's a 1-2 punch. A quick win to stabilize things, followed by a steady stream of revenue down the line. Clever. But there's one thing I'm curious about.
What's that?
Well, the article mentioned Raymond Land is specifically targeting foreign buyers for these luxury properties. Why the focus on international buyers?
It's strategic, really. It expands their pool of potential buyers. Thailand has always been a popular spot for international investors, especially those looking for luxury properties.
Sure. Thailand is beautiful. I can see why people would want to invest in property there.
Exactly. And by offering legal support to help these foreign buyers navigate the process, they're trying to make it as smooth as possible. Gives them an edge in a competitive market.
Makes sense. So they're not just saying, hey, come buy our amazing properties. They're also saying, hey, we'll make the whole process easy for you too.
You got it. And that can be a big draw, especially for someone buying a property in another country.
So they're widening their net, removing obstacles, and making it easier for foreign investors to jump in. Smart move. But navigating international real estate transactions, especially at this price point, has to be complicated.
Oh yeah, for sure. There are definitely some legal considerations they'll need to handle carefully.
Like what?
Well, Thailand has specific laws about foreign ownership of property. They need to make sure everything is by the book, completely compliant.
Makes sense. You can't just waltz in and buy any property you want.
Nope. And it goes beyond just Thailand. They need to think about the laws in the countries where these buyers are coming from. Things like currency exchange, taxes, even inheritance laws. It can all get very complex.
Wow, yeah. It's like a whole legal maze.
It can be. That's why offering legal support is so crucial. It shows they understand the complexities and are ready to help buyers navigate them.
So it's not just about showcasing the luxury. It's about building trust and making the whole investment process smooth and secure.
Exactly. It's all about peace of mind, especially when you're dealing with these high net worth individuals. They want to know their investment is in good hands.
This is all incredibly fascinating. We've got this major player in the Thai real estate market trying to make a comeback. They're selling this prime office tower for a quick cash infusion and then diving headfirst into the world of ultra-luxury residential projects.
It's a bold strategy for sure. Lots of moving parts, lots of things to consider.
Exactly. And while their ambition is admirable, there are definitely some external factors that could impact their success. The global economic climate, for instance, is always a bit of a wild card.
True. And even though the luxury market is known for being resilient, it's not totally immune to economic ups and downs.
So the big question is, can they actually pull this off? What factors could contribute to their success, and what challenges might they face along the way?
Well, that's a discussion for another time. We've only just scratched the surface.
Agreed. There's so much more to explore. So until next time, keep those questions coming, and we'll dive back in soon.
Looking forward to it.
Last time we left off talking about Raimon Lands' plan to rebound, get back to profitability by 2025. Big part of that is attracting foreign buyers to their luxury properties. But like we said, there are a ton of factors outside of their control that could make things harder.
Yeah, a lot of those external factors are pretty major too. Like, what about the overall economy? Globally, there's been talk about a potential recession.
Right? A recession would definitely impact everyone, even those super rich buyers Raymond Land is targeting.
Exactly. And if people aren't feeling as confident about spending, especially on big ticket items like luxury homes,
Yeah.
well, that could put a dent in their plans.
So even if they build these incredible 880 million bad homes, if the economy goes south, there might not be enough buyers.
That's the risk. A recession could cause a slowdown in the luxury real estate market, and that would throw a wrench in their projections, making it harder to reach that 2025 profitability goal.
It sounds like they're banking on the idea that the luxury market, especially in Thailand, is strong enough to weather a potential economic storm.
Yeah, it's definitely a gamble. They're hoping those high net worth individuals will keep investing in luxury properties, even if the global economy takes a hit.
But like you said, there are no guarantees. The global economy is one big question mark hanging over everything. What other external challenges could they face?
Well, they're not the only ones trying to attract those ultra-wealthy buyers. Competition in the Bangkok luxury real estate market, it's fierce.
Yeah, that makes sense. There are probably lots of developers vying for the attention of those high rollers.
Absolutely. And these buyers, they have incredibly high standards and expectations. So Raimon Land needs to do more than just build luxury properties. They need to offer something truly exceptional.
So it's not just about marble countertops and fancy appliances anymore.
Nope, it's about crafting a whole experience, a lifestyle that resonates with these buyers. It all matters: the design, the amenities, the location, even the services you offer.
It's about selling a dream, not just a property.
Exactly. You got to create that wow factor. And then, of course, you have to actually deliver on all those promises.
Right, it's one thing to market the dream, but you got to back it up with reality. So we've talked about the global economy and fierce competition, both external pressures. What about internal factors, stuff within Raymond Land's control that could help them succeed?
Well, the biggest one is execution. They've got this ambitious plan, but can they pull it off? Can they actually get things done?
So it's all about action, not just talk.
Exactly. Can they close the deal on that OCC office tower sale through the REIT? Can they secure the financing for those huge residential projects? And most importantly, can they deliver those projects on time, on budget, and to the highest standards?
Yeah, if they can't deliver on those promises, it could hurt buyer confidence, and that would throw a wrench in their whole turnaround plan.
For sure, if there are delays or quality issues, people start to lose faith. And in the luxury market, trust is everything.
Absolutely. It's like a domino effect. One problem leads to another. They really need to show they can walk the walk.
Right. And it's not just about building the properties, it's also about how they're presented to the world. Their marketing and branding, it has to be spot on.
Yeah, got to create that image of exclusivity and desirability.
Yeah.
But how do they do that?
Well, partnering with Liss Sotheby's International Realty is a good start.
Right, we talked about that earlier. Sotheby's is a big name in luxury real estate.
Exactly. By associating themselves with Sotheby's, they're tapping into that brand's reputation and network. It's a way to instantly signal that they're serious about luxury. But at the same time, they need to cultivate their own unique identity, something that resonates with their target market and sets them apart.
So it's a balancing act. Leverage the strength of a well-known brand, but also establish their own unique presence.
Exactly. It's tricky, but it's essential. They need to find that sweet spot.
And on top of all of that, the real estate market is constantly changing. Trends come and go, and buyer preferences shift. So they can't just set a plan in motion and expect it to work perfectly forever.
Absolutely. They need to stay flexible, adaptable, be ready to adjust their offerings, refine their marketing strategies, maybe even explore new partnerships to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's like they're sailing a ship in uncharted waters. They need a map, but they also need to be ready to change course if the winds shift.
Perfect analogy. That's exactly what it's like in the luxury real estate market.
We've covered a lot of ground today. The challenges Raymond Land faces, the importance of execution, the need for adaptability. It's clear that their path back to profitability isn't going to be easy.
Nope, not at all. It's a long shot, but it's not impossible. It all comes down to whether they can execute their vision and navigate these external forces.
So the million-dollar question, or maybe the billion-bat question in this case, is can they actually do it? What factors could really tip the scales in their favor? Okay, so we've talked about Raymond Land's strategy, their big plans to hit profitability by 2025. They're looking for a quick boost by selling their One City Center office tower, OCC, using a REIT, and then focusing on those ultra-luxury residential projects for long-term success. But we've also talked about how many challenges they face, both internal and external. For you, what's the biggest make-or-break factor for them?
I think it comes down to their focus on those foreign buyers for the luxury properties. It's a good idea, broadening their buyer pool, but it definitely adds a layer of complexity to everything.
Yeah, and it makes all those legal considerations we talked about even more important, right?
Okay.
They're offering legal support to those foreign buyers, which is great, but it also highlights how important it is to understand all those legal and regulatory issues, not just in Thailand, but in all those different countries those buyers are coming from.
Oh, absolutely. International real estate transactions, especially when you're talking about this level of luxury, they require deep knowledge of laws in multiple countries. You've got foreign ownership rules, currency exchange, taxes, inheritance laws. It's a lot to keep track of.
It's like a whole other world of complexity on top of everything else.
It really is. And all that legal stuff is really tied to something even more important: trust.
That's a good point. We talked about trust earlier, but it's especially crucial in the luxury market.
Oh, absolutely. Reputation is everything. If Raymond Land wants to succeed, they have to be transparent, reliable, and they have to prove they can actually deliver on their
It's
promises.
like if those high net worth individuals get even a whiff of any shady dealings, or if they hear any negative stories, they'll just go invest somewhere else.
Exactly. These buyers are looking for a smooth, trustworthy experience. Any missteps or negative publicity could really damage their reputation.
Makes sense. So how can they make sure they're building that solid foundation of trust with these buyers?
Well, they need to be meticulous in every aspect. Planning and execution have to be top-notch. Everything from the design and construction of their properties to the marketing, sales, and even the after-sales support. It all has to work together seamlessly.
So it's not just about building a luxury property. It's about creating a whole luxury lifestyle.
You got it. They have to exceed expectations at every single point of contact. That's how you create that sense of trust and confidence.
That's where their partnership with Liz Sotheby's International Realty could really help,
Oh,
right?
for sure. Sotheby's is a global brand known for luxury, and they have this huge network of high net worth individuals. That partnership gives Raymond Land immediate access to expertise and a whole built-in audience that understands and expects that high level of service.
Like having a VIP pass to the world of luxury real estate.
You could say that. It's
Yeah.
like having a guide who knows all the ins and outs, who can help them navigate this complex market.
So it sounds like they've got a lot going for them, but there's still that element of uncertainty. As we wrap up this deep dive, what are some things we should look for to see if Raymond Land is actually on track to succeed?
Keep an eye on their financials. Are they hitting their targets? They've set this ambitious goal of being profitable again by 2025, so their financial reports will show whether they're actually making progress.
Follow the money, basically.
Yeah.
But it's not just about the numbers, right?
Right. We also need to pay attention to the bigger picture, the overall real estate market. How's the luxury market performing, both in Thailand and globally? Are there any new trends or regulations popping up? Any changes in what buyers are looking for? Those are all things that could impact Raymond Land's plans.
So it's like we need to be watching the market like a hawk, looking for any signs of change. And even then, there are no guarantees.
That's the truth. The real estate market is influenced by so many things, some of them impossible to predict. But by staying informed and paying attention to all those factors, we can get a better idea of what might happen.
Well, we've definitely covered a lot of ground today, from Raymond Land's ambitious plans to all the challenges they're facing. It's been a fascinating look into this high-stakes world of luxury real estate.
It really has. And as we wrap up, I think it's important to remember that Raymond Land's success isn't just about their financial performance. Think about the experience they create for their residents, their contribution to Bangkok's skyline, the standards they set for luxury living in Thailand.
It's about the legacy they're building, even if they don't hit every single financial goal.
Exactly. Sometimes success is about more than just the bottom line.
Great point. Well, thanks for joining us for this deep dive into Raymond Land. It's going to be fascinating to see how their story unfolds. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep.
See you next time.